My name is Toloni, and I'm about to tell you about the day I witnessed the most satisfying comeback in Nigerian banking history. But before I tell you what the woman said that made the entire banking hall go silent, you need to understand how this particular Tuesday morning started. It was 9:47 a.m. when I entered First Bank, Victoria Island. If you know anything about Nigerian banks, you know that time is a lie. I had taken half day off from my job as a graphics designer at a small media house in Lekki just to sort out this account issue. My salary of 180,000 Nigerian nairas had bounced twice, and my landlord was not playing about his 650,000 Nigerian nairas rent that was due. The banking hall was packed. I mean, standing room only. The AC was fighting for its life, and someone's generator perfume was competing with another person's wood fragrance. Very Lagos. Very normal. I collected my queue number, 127. The electronic board showed they were attending to number 89. Oh, God abeg oh, I muttered, finding a spot to stand near the wall. My phone was at 23% and I'd forgotten my power bank. NEPA had taken light since 6 a.m. Classic. That's when she walked in. You know how you can just tell when someone has money? Not necessarily real money, but the kind of money that comes with entitlement. Her Hermes Birkin bag entered the banking hall 3 seconds before she did. Full Brazilian hair swinging, nails fresh from the salon, that kind of orange-brown makeup that some Lagos big girls think is foundation, and she was wearing a complete Gucci tracksuit. In this heat. To a bank. She didn't collect a queue number. She walked straight to the customer service desk, her wedge heels clicking on the marble floor like she owned the place. The customer service girl, probably doing her NYSC, looked up with that practice my Nigerian bank staff have mastered. Good morning, Ma. Have you collected your queue number? The woman looked at this girl like she had just spoken Chinese. Queue number. She repeated it the way you'd say something ridiculous. Do you know who I am? If only I had known then what I know now, I would have started recording immediately. The corper tried again. Ma, everyone needs to collect a queue number and wait their turn. We're trying to serve everyone fairly. The woman's voice went up 3 octaves. Do you know who my husband is? My husband is friends with the MD of this bank. I'm not waiting in any queue with these people. These people. The way she said it made my skin crawl. An older man in Agbada cleared his throat. Madam, we are all waiting. Some of us have been here since 8 a.m. She turned to him slowly, looked him up and down, and kissed her teeth. Excuse me. Did I talk to you? The banking hall was getting tense. You could feel it. That particular Nigerian tension when you know something is about to happen but you're not sure what yet. The security guard, a middle-aged Edo man with kind eyes, approached carefully. Madam, no wahala. Just collect a number, you go wait small. Everybody they wait together. Wait for what? With who? She was practically shouting now. I have a business meeting at 11. I don't have time for this nonsense. Here's what I noticed that nobody else seemed to. There was a woman sitting in the premium banking section, watching everything. She was probably in her early 50s, wearing a simple Ankara dress and modest jewelry. She had a brown envelope on her lap and a bottle of water beside her. She looked ordinary, patient, like she had all the time in the world. But her eyes were taking in everything. The Gucci woman was still going. You people don't know who you're dealing with. My husband will hear about this. Do you want to lose your job? The young corper's hands were shaking now. She was about to cry. I could tell. And something in me just snapped. See, I'm not usually the type to get involved in public wala. I mind my business, face my front, as we say. But there's something about seeing a young girl being bullied by an adult that just... I couldn't. I stepped forward. "Madam, why are you shouting at this girl? She's just doing her job." The woman turned to me. Slow. Like something from a Nollywood movie. And when our eyes met, I saw it. That look. That particular Lagos big girl look that says, "Who is this one? And you are?" She asked. "I'm somebody who's also waiting in the queue like everyone else." "Well, this doesn't concern you. Mind your business." "You made it everybody's business when you started shouting," I replied. My mouth has always been faster than my brain. My mother warns me about this. She stepped closer to me. Too close. I could smell her Tom Ford perfume. "Look at you. You're probably one of these social media girls doing graphics for 5,000 Nigerian nairas. You don't know what it's like to have real money. You don't know what it's like to be somebody." The hall went quiet. Even the people who were on phone calls paused. Then she said it. The thing that would become her downfall. "You're Yoruba people, always forming woke and defending everybody. Why don't you sit down and mind your business?" My heart started beating fast. Not from anger. From shock. See, I'm very visibly Yoruba. My name is Tolani. I was wearing Ankara. But her saying, "You're Yoruba people," like that, in that tone, with that disdain. Before I could respond, a voice cut through the banking hall like a knife. "I beg your pardon." It was the woman from the premium banking section. She was standing now. And something about her posture had changed. The ordinary-looking woman was gone. In her place stood someone who clearly had authority. The Gucci woman turned, annoyed at another interruption. "Yes. What is it?" I said, "I beg your pardon. Did you just make a tribal slur in my banking hall?" "Your banking hall?" The woman laughed. "Who are you supposed to be?" And this is where everything changed. The woman smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. "I'm Mrs. Adeyemi. I'm the new branch manager. Today is actually my first official day, but I came in early to observe how things run from a customer's perspective." The oxygen left the room. The Gucci woman's face went from orange-brown to gray in seconds. "Branch manager?" "Yes. And you are?" Mrs. Adeyemi walked closer, her simple Ankara swishing. "You mentioned your husband is friends with the MD. Which MD?" "We have several. First Bank Group has over 10 million customers and thousands of corporate clients." "Which MD specifically?" Silence. "And you made a tribal comment. In 2024. In Lagos. In a federal institution." Mrs. Adeyemi's voice was soft but deadly. "Do you know what that is? That's a fireable offense. If you were staff, you'd be suspended immediately pending investigation." The woman tried to recover. I didn't mean it like that. I was just what? Just being tribalistic. Just being discriminatory. Just being exactly the kind of behavior that divides this country." Mrs. Adeyemi turned to the corper. "Young lady, what's your name?" "Chidinma, ma." Her voice was small. "Chidinma. Igbo name. Beautiful. Where are you serving?" "Here, ma. First Bank, Victoria Island." "Good. You handled that situation professionally despite the harassment. I'll be noting that in your NYSC assessment." She turned back to Gucci woman. "As for you, madam, since you don't have time to wait like these people, let me help you. What did you come here to do?" The woman's voice was tiny now. "I needed to increase my transfer limit." "Your account number?" She whispered it. Mrs. Adeyemi called out to one of the bankers. "Bio done, please check this account for me. Full details." We all waited. The tension was different now. It was the tension of watching karma do its work in real time. The banker, Biodon checked his computer. His eyebrows went up. More, the account has 847,000 Nigerian nairas. It's been flagged for suspicious activity. 3 failed loan applications in the past month. And he paused. And there's a note here from our Lekki branch about a bounce check. Mrs. Adeyemi nodded slowly. Interesting. So your husband, who is supposedly friends with the MD, hasn't been able to help you with any of these issues. Or maybe. She paused for effect. Maybe the friendship isn't quite what you claimed. The woman was sweating now. Proper sweating. Her makeup was starting to run. But Mrs. Adeyemi wasn't done. Let me tell you something about your Yoruba people, she said, her voice carrying across the banking hall. We taught you how to do business in Lagos. My father, a Yoruba man, was one of the founding staff of this bank in 1969. My mother, also Yoruba, was the first female branch manager in the entire Southwest. And me. I worked my way from customer service, to teller, to banking officer, to assistant manager, to my current position over 23 years. Not because of who my husband is. Not because I wore designer clothes to intimidate people. But because I worked. The woman was crying now. Actual tears mixing with the orange-brown foundation. But let me also tell you this, Mrs. Adeyemi continued, and her voice softened slightly. I'm married to an Igbo man. My children are Yoruba and Igbo. My best friend is Hausa. My deputy manager, who starts tomorrow, is from Edo State. And the customer service girl you just harassed. She's Igbo, serving in Lagos, helping Yoruba customers, Hausa customers, every kind of customer, because that's what Nigeria is supposed to be. She turned to address the whole banking hall now. We are better than this tribalistic nonsense. We have to be. Because if we're not, what future do our children have? Then she turned back to the Gucci woman one last time. Your account will remain flagged pending investigation. Your transfer limit will not be increased today. And I'm going to need you to leave my banking hall now, before I call security to escort you out. The woman grabbed her Birkin bag, which I noticed now had a small stain on the bottom, probably fake anyway, and rushed out, her wedge heels clicking much faster than when she came in. The banking hall erupted. People were clapping, shouting, "Well done, Ma, God bless you, this is how it should be." Mrs. Adeyemi raised her hand for silence. Please, everyone. Let's maintain order. We have many customers to serve today. Chidinma, are you okay? The corper nodded, wiping her eyes. Good. Take 5 minutes. Get some water. Then come back. You have a job to do. She looked around at all of us. And everyone else, thank you for your patience. We'll try to speed things up. Tolani. I jumped. She knew my name. Yes, Ma. Thank you for speaking up. It takes courage. This country needs more people who speak up. She smiled at me properly for the first time. What did you come here to do today? My salary bounced twice, Ma. I needed to find out why. Come with me. Biodon, help this young lady immediately. Anyone who stands up for what's right in my banking hall gets priority service. And just like that, within 15 minutes, my account was sorted. Turns out there was a technical error on my company's side. Mrs. Adeyemi even called my company's account officer directly to ensure it wouldn't happen again. As I was leaving, she stopped me. Tolani, you're a graphics designer. Yes, Ma. How did you? Your bag. Adobe Creative Cloud logo. I noticed things. She handed me her card. Send me your portfolio. First Bank is redesigning our youth banking campaign. We might need young, talented creatives. People with courage. I took the card with shaking hands. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Don't thank me. Just be excellent. And keep speaking up when you see wrong. That's how we change things. One moment at a time. I left that banking hall at 11:03 a.m. The entire thing had taken just over an hour, but it felt like a lifetime. I sent Mrs. Adeyemi my portfolio that same evening. 3 days later, I got a call. First Bank wanted to meet with me about a freelance contract. They pay 850,000 Nigerian nairas for 3 months of work. That contract led to another one. And another one. Within 6 months, I had left my 180,000 Nigerian nairas job and was running my own graphics design agency. All because I spoke up in a bank queue. But here's the thing that still makes me smile. 2 months after that incident, I ran into Chidinma at the Palms. She was excited to see me. She told me that Mrs. Adeyemi had written such a glowing NYSC assessment that she got retained by First Bank as a full staff member immediately after her service year. No, come back when there's space, nonsense. Direct employment. And the Gucci woman. Well, I never saw her again in that banking hall. But Lagos is a small place when it wants to be. I heard from someone who heard from someone that her husband's friend, the MD, was actually her husband's cousin who worked in First Bank Ibadan as a junior relationship manager. The whole thing was cap. Her husband wasn't even a big man. He was a mid-level manager at a telecommunications company, trying to keep up with Lagos big boy appearances while drowning in debt. The Bakken. Bought on credit, payments 3 months overdue. The Gucci tracksuit. High-quality fake from Yoruba market. The Brazilian hair. Falling out from chemical damage because she couldn't afford proper maintenance. Everything about her was packaging. But here's what I learned that day: real power doesn't need to announce itself. Real success doesn't need designer labels to prove it exists. And real Nigerians, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Edo, Calabar, Tiv, all of us, we are stronger when we stand together than when we let tribalism divide us. Mrs. Adeyemi taught me that. Not with a lecture, but by being exactly who she was, competent, fair, and unwilling to tolerate nonsense. So the next time someone tells you you're inside tribe, people, remember this story. Remember that the person judging you by your tribe is usually revealing more about their own insecurities than about your identity. And if you're ever in a bank queue, or a queue anywhere really, and you see someone being harassed, speak up. You never know who's watching. You never know whose life you might change. Including your own. Because in this Nigeria, not everyone who they wear Gucci get sense, and not everyone way they wear Ankara be small person. That's my story. The day Tribal Slur met Karma in a First Bank queue. And before you ask, yes, I still bank at that same branch. Yes, Mrs. Adeyemi is still the manager. And yes, every time I go there, I remember that Tuesday morning when standing up for what's right changed my entire life. Nogodo, wait until you hear what happened to the woman who said, "Your Edo people are dirty," at the immigration office. That story is sweet past this one. But that's a story for another day. In Nigeria, we too they quick judge people by tribe, by appearance, by economic class. But the person you look down on today fit be the person wey go help you tomorrow. The small girl for customer service fit turn branch manager. The poor person for queue fit know the owner of the bank. And your tribalistic comment. If it cost you everything. Treat people well. Not because of what you fit gain, but because it be the right thing to do. That not the Lagos I dey fight for. That not the Nigeria we supposed to build together. If you're watching from Nigeria, drop your state in the comments and let's show these tribalistic people say we stronger together.